order. This is our fourth innovation showcase. So I'd like to welcome everybody to the session. The committee wants to understand how the UK supports innovators and what more can be done. And so to inform our work, each member of the committee takes turns to select an innovator to share their story before our main evidence session. Because of scheduling changes, this is the second innovator that I've had the privilege of introducing, and it concerns a subject which is close to my heart, hair and beauty. Now, some people might think that it is nothing to do with science, but we on this committee, we know that science is everywhere. And the cosmetics and personal care industry employs thousands of scientists. It may be undervalued because it is seen as appealing mainly to women, but this committee values both the interests and the work of women. And now this particular innovator and innovation does speak to me personally. I grew up in Newcastle, which is where this innovation comes from, and finding hair and skincare products which were designed for people of colour was extremely difficult. Indeed, it was impossible in my youth. It's much easier to do so now in Newcastle and across the country, but it's not always so easy to understand the science on which they are based. And data coming from the USA shows that some of the products marketed in particular to black women are harmful. And I think it's fair to say that unsubstantiated claims are not unknown in this sector. So that's where Hexis comes in. They are researching the actual science of ethnicity and hair and skin types. And so let me welcome, a big welcome to Dr. Idowu. And can you explain to the committee where the science is taking you?
Thank you very much. Good morning, and thanks for the opportunity to present to this distinguished committee. Like the MP has said, I'm from Newcastle. Started Hexis Lab 13 years ago, and the focus of our research in Hexis Lab is to try to understand product formulations, to try to see how we can improve the outcomes of product formulation, particularly for different skin types. And this is the area that we've published a lot. This is the area that we've written a lot of papers and articles explaining the differences between different skin types and different hair types. The hair samples that you have with you is a really, really good indication of what we're talking about. Hair types are divided into 4 different categories, from straight blonde European hair, which is what you have on the left, to curly, tight curls hair, which is called the type 4 hair. So you have type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. One of the things that we've understood from our research is that the structure, the physics of the hair is different in terms of the texture. The chemical composition and the distribution of the chemical composition is different. And the scalp biology, that produces the different hair types is also very, very different. And that is where we've spent a lot of time to try to understand what are the challenges that people with different hairstyle will have compared to other hairstyles. I must say the industry has been biased historically. They've spent quite a lot of time and developing products for a particular hair type, and by design, just because those are the people that were interested and were able to pay for the product. But what we're seeing is that there is a gap in the industry for women, particularly type 3, type 4 hair, in terms of finding the right product for them, I'm particularly very interested because of my daughter. She's now in her 20s. She's UK national swimmer, and now she's in the US competing at within American University. Very proud of her. One of the challenges she has growing up is finding hair care product that works for her. She spent 21 hours a week underwater, so meaning that sometimes she has to wash her hair up to 4 times a day. That presents a different kind of challenge for this hair, for the scalp. We have to think about finding solutions that will look after the hair in terms of styling, but at the same time, look after the scalp as well in terms of next generation of hair. And that is our innovation in terms of what we've developed. haven't published, for a few years in terms of explaining the differences in different scheme types. What the feedback that we've got consistently is that, why are you telling us about the problem? Where is the solution? We know there is a problem, where are the outcomes? So, and this is why we came out with this, just to be able to address some of these issues that we see within the industry. Now, moving away from personal interest, we need to look at, our industry as a whole. And what the Honorable MP has said is very, very true. A recent publication by Environmental Working Group in the US, EWG, indicated nearly 80% of beauty products marketed to Black women contain harmful hazardous chemicals, some of them leading to breast cancer and uterine cancer. Harvard University published a report this year along the same line, indicating that there is a problem in terms of products that are marketed towards Black women, and nothing has been done in terms of changes or new policy because of the lobby of the economic interest within the consumer groups and the big industry as well. The NIH, National Institute of Health in the US, also published a paper recently that established finally the link between lay relaxers and uterine cancer, which is something that a lot of Black women do in terms of relaxing their hair. And the same goes on in the UK as well. There is a big report called The Texture Gap, published in the UK recently, that talk about the challenges type 3, type 4 hair consumers have in finding products for their hair care. And it's well known in the industry that darker skin tone, type 3, type 4 hair, people tend to spend quite a lot more money on looking for the right products that they can't find. So what I'm proposing is that the world needs reformulation. We need to rethink the way we're doing consumer products, the way we formulate consumer products. One of the advantages that we have with Hexis Lab is that we're using modern technology, we're leveraging modern technologies, the use of AI and data science to understand what are the benefits of active ingredients that we can use in personal care formulation. Using our in silico model is an award-winning platform. We're able to rapidly create prototype formulations like this that we can take into testing and also for validation. And that is my mission. That is our mission in Hexis Lab. That is what we want to achieve to help consumers find better product. I've been asked to talk about challenges that we face as an innovator. One of the biggest obstacles that we have as a business, in the UK, and also particularly as a Black founder, is lack of access to finance and access to working capitals to be able to develop ideas and a product. It is a well-known published statistics that the total amount of venture capital that goes to Black-funded businesses is 0.2% in the UK. So that is handful of businesses that are lucky to get access to finance. There is a mistrust, a mutual mistrust, between the UK finance industry and the ethnic minority businesses that contribute over 25 billion to UK economy every year. And I'm glad that the government has recognized this. And the Honorable Minister Gareth Thomas last month had a roundtable session where he spoke to us about this problem and what he's trying to do to address some of these issues. So we wait for the roadmap in terms of the decisions and the plan, to keep some of the organization and the lending organization accountable. It is not all doom and gloom. Innovate UK has been absolutely amazing in terms of they giving us the opportunity to compete with other businesses within the UK, particularly from the Northeast. And we've been successful with a number of grants over the years. The grants are getting fewer, and the competitions are fewer as well. So we hope there is more funding for Innovate UK so that we can move forward with science and innovation. Finally, I'd like to thank Department of Business and Trade. They have, particularly in the Northeast, they are very proactive in supporting us in terms of our needs. Our biggest, income is not the product that we've created, but services to other global businesses that are looking at finding solutions to develop better consumer products for their consumers. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Dr. Idowu. And it's really great to hear the positive reflection on Innovate UK, the Department for Business, and the work that Minister Thomas is doing. And it's also fantastic to hear about the progress that you've made and the personal and scientific interests which drive that. So thank you very much for visiting us today.
Thank you.
Order.